What's going on, everyone? I'm just a typical, average American here today to react and learn about Canada's most luxurious train. The Rocky Mountaineer, I think is what this is saying. From Vancouver to Banff? 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 Okay. First of all, the Rocky Mountaineer, I've never heard of. When you Google it, Rocky Mountaineer is a Canadian rail tour company based in Vancouver that operates luxury scenic trains. Oh, there you go. Makes sense. And this ride here that they're going to do, 48 hours on the luxury train. Wow, it's 2 days. Goodness. I guess, do you sleep on the train? Okay, maybe. From Vancouver to Banff, if I don't know where Banff is. Alberta. Okay, 10 hours apart, 950 kilometers. If I put it in Google Maps, oh, okay, there we go. So just from one province to another and to the coast. Okay, interesting. All right, there's the setup. Now, at least I understand this a little better. This sounds cool. You know, luxury train ride? I've never been on a luxury train or luxury anything for that matter. So I don't really know what's going to happen, but let's see. Ooh.
Oh my god, I'm so excited. I think this is our first train ride in Canada ever.
Wait, first train ride in Canada is the most luxury train ride you can get in Canada. It's really like setting the bar high. It's the highest you can set it. The bar has been set the highest you can. It's all downhill from here. But oh well, I can't feel too bad because they're getting to do a really fancy train ride.
And what a way to kick off with the Rocky Mountaineer.
Oh, they're waving.
So, just to kick things off, we're having a Danish with cinnamon-infused whipped cream. And how it usually works, when the train is full, of course, is they give half the train would go downstairs to the cart to have breakfast, while the other half waits, and then they switch it up.
But what? The train has a downstairs? Hold on. We're just talking like this is totally normal. The train has a downstairs to it? That's news to me. That's even possible. And they just are, I guess they're just bringing you fancy desserts and fancy food the whole time. You're going to gain a little weight on this luxury train ride, but you know what? That's okay. That's part of the experience, to indulge. And I guess the other part is the beautiful landscape and Canadian experience that you're watching outside your window the whole time is also part of the awesomeness of it. I don't know if this train will stop and you get to explore places kind of like a cruise. If there's places you stop along the way, I don't know how this works.
So what they're doing for us today is they're giving us all what you would be doing if you're waiting for breakfast. So this is just a little appetizer. But breakfast is next.
Oh, sorry. That was just the appetizer. Silly me. Look at this. Even the menu's fancy. Somehow they choose the fanciest fonts as well for the text. Spinach and cheese souffle. Shoosh swap bacon? Pancakes. Just buttermilk pancakes. I'm a simple man. I could use that.
So in case you're wondering what trip we're on, we're actually on the First Passage to the West, which is their flagship route for Rocky Mountaineer. They actually have 3 routes they do in Western Canada, but this one goes from Vancouver to Kamloops to Lake Louise and Banff, retracing the Canadian Pacific Railway, which is famous for uniting Canada and joining British Columbia to Canada more than 125 years ago.
Oh, cool. That's very cool. It's got a little history to this train route. It's pretty awesome.
Lake Louise and Banff, retracing Western First Passage to
Okay, I just wanted to check on something there. See what the eggs and the map was. It does look like they're possibly stopping at a couple places along the way.
Lake Louise and
Kamloops and Lake Louise, maybe?
Banff, and joining British Columbia to Canada more than 125 years ago.
Oh, yeah. And another thing I wanted to say was train rides in general are just not something that exists much in the United States. So I've never been on like a fancy railway or really any railway ever, only subways below ground. This is just not a thing that really exists. So are these train rides common around Canada, or is this kind of a novelty as well? Wow.
So now we're going to give you a little tour of the train. We're in the Gold Leaf section, which is the higher end option. So this is the bi-level cart. So we actually have the comfortable seating up top with the dome-like windows, which is really beautiful for admiring the view. But we actually
Oh my gosh, look at this.
seating up top with the dome-like.
Yeah, look at this. This looks modern. I was gonna say this train looks surprisingly vintage and kind of old, but this makes it look like a spaceship or something.
Like windows, which is really beautiful for admiring the view. But we actually have the dining car below, which is something you don't get if you opt for the Silverleaf package. And the seating's really great, actually. It's almost like being business class in an airplane, maybe better actually, because the seating's really comfortable. Lots of leg room. You have your little table for when you want to have a drink or a snack.
Whoa!
But also really cool is these are heated seats. So if you're a little chilly, you can turn on the heat, and you can even make it into a reclining position if you maybe want to relax.
Okay, it is the funny little things like that your seat can heat up and move. That does make it special. It sounds like a dumb little thing, but those are important for the luxury experience.
So take a nap. And now this is the dining rail car. So this is where we have breakfast and lunch, although you could come down here in the day if you wanted to. But as you can see, no one's here right now. It's just set up for eating. You still have nice views of everywhere outside.
Yeah.
And this is actually on the lower deck, so like right below the seats above.
Most likely, on about the 20 hours you're gonna be on the train, you're gonna visit the washroom. So in case you're curious,
20 hours?
you're gonna be on.
Like right below the seats above.
Most likely, on about the 20 hours you're gonna.
Okay, so they are going to stop somewhere. And, I mean, 20 hours on a train. That's kind of crazy. I've never experienced anything like that. I've been on a 10-hour plane ride at most.
They are.
Oh, and of course, the bathrooms. Or washrooms? Do Canadians call them washrooms? I'm calling it a bathroom.
So they have this fancy light to let you know if it's free or not. Now it's free.
Okay.
And
That's a bathroom. Honestly, not as fancy as I thought it would be. But it is what it is. When you're on a train, you can only do so much with the bathroom.
perhaps the coolest part of the train is the open deck where you can come out, get some fresh air, and really get the best views possible.
Wow. Yeah. Where is everybody? Where are all the other rich people on this train? No one else has been in any of the places they've shown. It's a ghost town. But it's seriously very cool that you can go outside onto the deck, wind in your face. Wow.
It's time to eat again. Now it's time for lunch. So definitely if you like food.
Oh, lunchtime. Salmon, pork chop, sirloin steak. Okay, just fancy, regular fancy stuff. Nothing mind-blowing here. Power Bowl, Rocky Mountain Power Bowl? Oh, very healthy.
This train ride is right for you. And something that we have noticed is that they like to feature a lot of the local produce and local businesses. A lot of the wines and beer are actually made in British Columbia. And I can also notice that some of the items in the menu are also local, such as the Pacific salmon, the Fraser Valley chicken.
Oh, so they literally have like the local fish that they catch fresh and the chicken and the steak and okay.
The Shuswap pork chop, which I find very cool.
Ooh.
It's very good. Everything is so good.
See, I don't know if I'd be able to get the full experience out of this, because I'm, maybe to a detriment, so simple, and my tastes are so basic and easy to satisfy me, that I don't love excessively fancy stuff too much as far as food goes. So I'd want the pancakes instead of the fancy omelet. So some of this fancy food would be a little wasted on me, unfortunately.
So right now we've actually come to a stop. As you can probably see out the window, there's a CN trail going by, and that's because we're actually going to be switching tracks or transitioning from the Canadian Pacific Railway to the Canadian National Railway for our last journey to Kamloops.
There we go.
I feel like I can pretty much touch this train.
I was gonna say, don't have one of those thoughts in your head where it's like, oh, I could jump out of the train right now. Nothing could stop me. And then you accidentally do something a little crazy. Like grab onto that train and fly away.
Well, we're getting very close to Kamloops, and this is actually Kamloops Lake.
Okay. Beautiful lake. Okay, so they are stopping at the lake.
It's 6:45 and we made it to our hotel for tonight, the Delta Hotel. And what a lovely day. The scenery was beautiful, lots of food and drinks. The service was amazing. They gave us so much information about the different viewpoints along the way.
Yeah, we were down.
Oh, that's cool. I was wondering, you could get a little bored on this, as fancy as it is. But the people are talking to you, bringing you stuff, teaching you about what you're looking at. That's really good. And I was wondering if they're going to sleep on the train. I don't know how this stuff works. But no, you just get to stop at a fancy hotel, which makes a lot more sense and is cool.
Definitely spoiled, I think, for our first train ride in Canada. And we're actually feeling a little wobbly right now. They call it train legs, kind of similar to being on a boat. So that's an interesting feeling to have. But yeah, we obviously don't have time to explore Kamloops, but we have been here before. So if you want to learn more about that area, just watch our video on Kamloops. And otherwise, yeah, we're just going to freshen up, go for dinner, and get to bed early because part 2 of our train trip starts tomorrow.
Okay. I bet you could explore a little bit of the area if you really wanted to, but they've seen it before, so just bed and fancy dinner and back to the fancy train.
We're back on the train again, even earlier, because today we're heading to the Rocky Mountains.
Yeah, so this is supposed to be the most scenic part of the trip. I mean, it's all scenic, but it's the Rocky Mountains.
Yeah, I didn't actually really appreciate the fact till recently that the Rocky Mountains is in the United States and Canada. I don't live on that side of the United States, so I don't have any image in my mind of where that mountain range goes. So yeah, little fun fact about things I don't know.
Pretty hard to beat, but the train's actually going to be smaller today. You won't notice that, but it's going to be about half the size because half are splitting and going up to Jasper on one of the other routes, and then our half is going to Banff.
Does he mean they're in a different train? Or that the entire train, since it's just a bunch of compartments attached to each other, was cut in half? Wouldn't you need 2 of the front bits, though, with the engine to pull it? Maybe they have that. I'm no train engineer, but this has me thinking more than I should about what he just said. Anyway, they're splitting up. Okay. Oh, they're waving goodbye.
Yesterday we
croissant.
were talking with a chef, and he mentioned that these croissants are imported all the way from France. I guess that's why they're so delicious.
Croissant? Croissant imported from France. Okay.
So flaky and buttery. Now let's have more butter.
Okay. I'm not sure if I've ever had a croissant ever. Let alone from France.
Well, the breakfast was delicious. Now I'm ready for a small nap. And they even give you some blankets.
Oh, oh, okay. Special blankets. Oh, look, she's
That
waving.
was so sweet. The lady that we just saw, her name is Dory. And she comes out on her porch and waves to every single Rocky Mountain Air train.
What? She comes outside and waves to every train? Is it her full-time job? The company should be paying her. She's basically like a a celebrity figure in this little train ecosystem. A natural wonder of the Rocky Mountaineer Train Company, spotting her. Oh, that's cool. Tunnel. Man, when you're on this outdoor thing, you can get really close to to nature. Like the branches are 3 inches from your face at times.
Since 1990, Rocky Mountaineer has been the only passenger train to travel this famous and historic Canadian Pacific line. Completed in 1885, this railway runs through beautiful and unforgiving terrain, utilizing a variety of bridges and tunnels to connect British Columbia with the rest of Canada and allowing tourists to experience a trip like no other.
Cool. Oh, is that the Rocky Mountains?
Tourists to experience.
There we go. There they are. Pretty cool. The most mountain-looking mountains I've ever seen. Oh! Ooh.
Well, we just left Field, BC, and we're going to be entering the famous spiral tunnels here pretty soon.
The spiral tunnels. Okay. What does that mean?
The spiral tunnels are one of the most unique features of the railway. Built in 1907 to cut the grade in half, it travels through 2 mountains, turning up to 290 degrees, doubling back upon itself twice, and emerging roughly 32 meters higher than when it entered the first mountain.
Wow. So just the way that the mountains are shaped, they had to make it like do a 360 and come back around and pass itself again, and that's pretty amazing as a track that's been there a long time. When they first made it, that was amazing. Probably pretty cool to go through as well.
The whole thing is like a perfect maze.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Even though we live here, we don't get tired of these landscapes.
Yeah. Oh, cookies.
Everything has been so good. The service has been great, the views amazing, the food very delicious.
You know, they didn't talk about how much this costs. Actually, the Rocky Mountaineer Company may have even paid for this trip for them. All included kind of thing. But I would be interested, like, what is a ticket on this cost? Can't be cheap. It's a really nice experience.
We've been treated as royalty.
Ah!
Well, we have arrived to the beautiful town of Banff.
Yeah, if you've been watching us on YouTube for a while, You know we've been here many times.
But we never get tired of visiting because it's so beautiful.
Yeah, if you want to learn more about Banff, actually definitely check out our other videos. We have winter videos, summer videos, lots of information on Banff. So, and of course, if you like this video, we hope it inspired you to take the Rocky Mountaineer through the Rockies. Make sure you give us a thumbs up, leave us a comment, hit that subscribe button, and if you want to learn more about...
Okay, I think that's it. This was by Must Do Canada. I give that a like. That was well done. That was a cool vlog over a really specific experience. That's actually really cool. I liked how they vlogged it and made it more personal, like experiencing it as it happened. One thing I do want to see is the Rocky Mountaineer. Since we went ahead and watched this entire video, what are we talking about here? How much does this set you back? Packages... Oh, short journeys. Was this a short journey? It was 2 days. 2-day, Vancouver to Banff. Here it is. Oh, that was really easy. 1 night, mode of travel train. Yeah, learn more. Ho! Hold on. I saw it. It is just a low price of $1,485 US. Okay. You could buy a couple of flat screen TVs, or you could do this 2-day train ride. Honestly, I think most people will agree that spending your money on experiences that you live and travel is very much worth it. It's something you carry for your whole life. It's not like buying a physical object like a, TV. Blah. Boring. Actually getting to, live a little is for a lot of people very much worth it. So I don't knock anybody for dropping $1,500 on this train. It was pretty cool. Anybody saying anything in the comments here? We took the Rocky Mountaineer Grand Rail Circle last September and it was spectacular. I bet it was. You got people giving you cookies half the time. Beautiful train ride. Okay. A lot of people just saying that this was beautiful. And some of them have done this before. Cool. Very cool. Very interesting. I haven't experienced much stuff like this in real life, in my life. So this is genuinely like a new experience when I get to watch it, which is pretty cool. Anyway, if you thought this was pretty cool as well, feel free to give this video a like or leave a comment. And if you're interested in more videos like this, me reacting to Canada, things in Canada, Canadian culture that I've never seen before, feel free to subscribe for more. And until then, thanks for watching, and see you next time.